What happened, man?
I was texting folks and let them know the show's on. I'm like, oh no, I got
it. That's what happens in our lives today, man. We get so preoccupied with the cares of this world, and sometimes our focus is gone.
I tell you. I don't know if you want to do it, but I think we should give a real quick shout out to Bishop and Lady Wynn.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
And the United Church of Jesus Christ are definitely praying for our presiding bishop, Bishop Monroe Saunders Jr., and also Elder Winsome Saunders, and the loss of their son. So we're praying for them and praying for the entire Saunders family and praying for the organization of a whole. This hit us hard, and we're just trying to process it. So we're respecting the family's wishes by giving them privacy as they go through this, and homegoing celebration information will be coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that. And again, we solicit your prayers on behalf of the family.
Yeah, and we love our presider, we love our elect lady, Wynn, and we just want them to know that we have to send out our love to you and our prayers, and not just UCJC, but the whole entire Christian community that know you, I'm sure, are praying with you and praying for you on your loss. So God bless you, love you. Talk to you soon. So definitely see you soon. A couple weeks.
Right. That's man. Convocation is next month, and it's wow,
crazy, right? It's like 6 weeks away, right? Like 6 weeks now.
And, even with this whole month, we got a lot. The month of May is a month full of celebrations, and we're happy tonight to announce that our producer, his daughter, graduated today. So give a shout out to her. God bless her. We're so happy for her that she's going to pursue her future endeavors, and the proud daddy standing there. We're happy for them both. And we're so grateful for all the others who graduated in the month of May. And, we saw some instance where people were trying to get into the graduation ceremony and they couldn't because the capacity was at the fullest. And fire marshal came and said, no more people can come in. I'm like, come on, if you're going to have these major graduations, you need to make sure you have the adequate space to hold these commencement exercises. Come on, people.
Yeah, but you know what? Lately, I think everybody and their cousin and their mama's mama is coming to these things. And I think that, it's not for everybody. Like, it's not for everybody. Graduation is for, the way I look at it, graduation is for those that took a complete support of you, your parents, maybe your siblings, maybe your grandmother, grandparents, but cousins. I know you called them. I know you loved them. I know you hung out with them, but you don't have enough tickets sometimes. And unfortunately, that's just like, even for my daughter's middle school graduation, we got 3 tickets, and then we can get 3 more once it opens. And I'm like, okay, we got a family of 6. So the 6 tickets are already gone, but we got to get our aunt there. And so it's crazy what we have to do nowadays to accommodate the world.
That's it. Well, that goes into our show tonight, because you talked about earlier about community, so we're looking at, what is it? It takes a village to raise a child. How's that saying go?
Yes, it takes a village. Yeah, it takes a village. Yeah,
it takes a village. So tonight we're talking about what happened to the community. But before we get in that, our Padre, Simon, he had to take care of something else tonight. So he's not here. And it's funny because last week you weren't here. It's like, okay, what you guys doing to me? You flipping off on me. All because I went away. Because I went away last month on vacation. Is that what you guys are doing now? That's what we're doing.
I'm gonna say, don't you talk. Don't you talk. You're gonna be away again for a couple months. So I don't want to hear about us going away. Mine was an emergency. It was an emergency. We knew about it. My sister was going for surgery, but thank God, I didn't know how long it was going to take. Somebody had to be with her and stuff like that. So, I was like, well, she's doing well. But we have to still go over there. So actually, right after the show, Debbie, I'm coming. I'll be at your place to make sure you're okay. So yeah, so it's all good.
Oh man,
Simon's at a game.
Right, he had to work. Yeah, he had to work. It was mandatory. It was mandatory. It was funny. He goes, "Oh man, I just got a mandatory notice that I have to be into work." I'm like, Oh wow. So
I, I know people that think he was at a game. I don't know where he was working.
he's probably there. Right? I know he's miserable because you know him. He
Oh
loves
yeah.
being on the show. He loves being on the show.
Oh
With
yeah.
that said, viewers, we're grateful for you always tuning in with us. So take the moment to hit that button, hit like, subscribe, and tell people you like the show. The more we have, the better we are. And we can't do this without you. So continue to hit like and subscribe. And again, you may not agree or you may agree with the comments we make tonight because we're just three Christian men who love to talk about the goodness of the Lord.
Amen. But we definitely want to hear your questions. We want to know what you think. And that's what makes this show so special because we do it live right on the air. We don't have a telephone call in. You write the questions, we throw them up there, and we try to respond to them the best that we can. And we do say respond because our answer may not be one like my brother here, Mark, said. You may not like it. You may like it, but it's our response because it's our opinion. And what we want everybody to know is our opinion isn't always right, but it's right to us.
It's right to us. And also, official apology to one of our viewers who let me know on Sunday that we skipped over her comment. I told her it was not intentional. It probably came in and we didn't see it. And believe me, we try our best to get to every comment that comes up. Yeah, we try to do our best. Sometimes you may send a comment after we have signed off, but if it was sent in while we were on the air and we missed it by accident, believe, charge it to the head, not to the heart. We do not mean to do something like that. So just want to let you know right off the bat. Yeah, so tonight, was that?
I said, I'm sorry. I don't remember. Maybe, and sometimes, folks, sometimes they don't show up on ours. I don't know why. Every once in a while, somebody will send a comment and we don't see it. We go back to the web page, either YouTube or Facebook, and I'll see it there, but I'll check the show and I don't see it there. So we're sorry about that. But okay.
Right. So community has changed a lot over the years. You know, I'm going to say both in a positive and in a negative way. So let's try to look into why community has changed. I mean, right off the bat, when I think about how back then, you know, we did more of a face-to-face interaction with the neighborhood gathering and local events. But today, social media plays a lot to reduce personal connection. I mean, people spend days in and days out on their mobile devices and they become, what is the word? They become so alienated from what's around them. All they're looking at is that screen in front of them. The outside world doesn't exist to some people anymore.
Yeah, well, let's get into, well, let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about what community was, right?
Well,
what community is, and then maybe what it's going to be. So let's start from the beginning. What was back in the day? What was community? What was community to you? What was community?
To me, community to me was family, because most of my relatives all lived in the same general area. So it was like you went from your house, you went down to your cousin's house, it was right down the street, or you went somewhere. You were all right there in the same area, and everybody looked out for one another. I mean, it was a sense of belonging. I mean, even your neighbor became almost like your safe house. So if your parents weren't home, you're able to go to your neighbor's house or something like that. Even if I look at where we are now, when we moved into this neighborhood, we established relationships with our neighbor across the street and the neighbor beside us. It was like we told our kids, if you get home and something doesn't look right, go to one of their houses. And they knew they were going to come over if something wasn't right because we trusted them. Trust was a major factor in community back then. Today, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, when I look at community back in the day, I think of church. The church, the folks in the church was our community. You know, if parents were going away, they left us with a church member if we couldn't go with them, if we were staying over. You know, if you were in church and you were misbehaving and brother so-and-so or sister so-and-so told your parents, you were going to be getting it. They had carte blanche. They had carte blanche to tan your hide. Mom and dad didn't get mad. at them. They got mad at you for having them to have to tan your hide.
Mhm.
It was something where there was fellowship, right? We would eat over each other's homes. We
Oh
would
yeah.
share car rides. There was not a problem with carpooling your child. And this is just even in my own community. Like when I played sports, it was never an issue about. I mean, carpooling was pretty much a thing. It was this week my dad's driving us to practice in the games. Next week it's their mom or their dad, and it was
Hey,
carpooling was just the thing.
hold that thought. You just made me drink or something.
Go ahead.
My mom would pick us all up to take us to football practice. I never would get one game. My mother was picking up, taking to practice. We're all getting out the car, and my buddies were walking to the field. I'm like, something didn't feel right. And nobody said anything. I get all the way to the field, left my cleats in my mom's car, and she was gone.
Oh,
And you know how hard it is to practice football in tennis shoes without
oh
cleats?
my God. That ain't no joke. That ain't
No,
no joke.
sir.
No,
And look, my buddies didn't say anything. It's like, okay, she gone. So you made me, man, that brought back a serious hurt in my head just now when I thought about that.
like a headache. No, but that was it, right? That was
Yeah.
that was what community. I remember a story where after a soccer game, I was waiting for my mom or my dad to pick us up, or my mom, somebody, or my dad to pick us up, and he never picked me up. My mom was supposed to, but she didn't know what time the game was over, so she didn't come. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna walk home. It was a good 4 or 5 mile walk home. I said, no big deal. I'm just gonna walk home. And I might have been 14, 15. So I'm walking home. All of a sudden, this car pulls up, and it's one of my neighbors. She had a game up there, and her mom's like, hey, Rupert, are you walking home? I said, yeah, Miss Norris, don't wear out. It's supposed to be like an hour or two to get home. She's like, no. Get in the car. That was community to me, right? Here I am, a young black man, young black boy walking down the street, and this white lady who I'm friends with her daughter, she's like, come in the car. It wasn't like, oh, I'm not bringing the same black man in the car with my white girl, right? It wasn't any of that. It was a thought that here's a young man. He lives in my neighborhood. He lives down the street from us. He's walking home. I'm going to give him a ride home because I want to make sure he gets home safe.
Right.
There wasn't cell phones where you could call. It was a difference when you call somebody. That wasn't happening. You either waited or you took on your initiative. But people around were willing to help you. And I didn't grow up in these communities, but in the urban, I grew up in a suburb, but in the urban areas, it was even more tighter because their houses were tighter. So they watched out for their block.
Exactly.
But I had friends who told me that it was the block. It was, you lived on this block. Every parent knew you. Every kid knew the adults. You were calling them Mr. and Mrs. It was different.
That's it. It's like that song Cheers, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
Everybody knew your name. And again, what I loved about the community that I grew up in, again, it was the fact that if you did something wrong, they tore your butt up, and then you went home, and if you said something, and then you got another whipping. It was like they kept you in line because they looked out for you. They protected you because they knew, again, it's something when you go back to your old neighborhood, man. It's like, I just feel good sometimes. I go back, my parents' house is still there. I'll go there, it just brings back so many memories of growing up. The things we used to do, the old, what is that old aluminum sliding board where you slid down, you burnt yourself on it. The merry-go-round when you spun around, you got dizzy. Those old metal swing sets and stuff like that. Right now, look, nowadays that stuff is gone because what? It's not safe anymore. Relay racing on pavement, playing football on blacktop, that type of stuff. We all had fun in those type of communities. Nowadays, man, it's not happening.
You weren't allowed to be inside on a good summer day.
No, sir.
Unless you were doing your chores or homework.
Right.
You weren't sitting in front of the TV. And for the most part, we didn't want to.
No.
On a nice day, you want to be outside with your friends.
That's right.
You wanted to be out there. You were thinking, hey, can we begin to, you would call each other at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yo, man, what do you got to do today? Okay. And of course, it was no cell phone. It was a ring or the push button. Hey, man, yeah. what are you doing today? Okay, yeah. And you couldn't say, yo, text me where you'll be at. It was, hey man, I'm going to be at the bodega here at this time. Be there.
Right.
All your friends would come and meet. It's why we're going to play basketball, like you said,
or whatever.
We're going to play football, whatever it may be, you know. And there was always one house that
everybody
like
went to
the gathering. Yeah.
Yes. Now I don't know about you, but I know in my neighborhood, my mom was like, "You can stay a long way, but as soon as that street light comes on, your butt better be in the house."
Bro, many a time, I'd be like, "Hey, Rupert, your mother's called for you. Better get home." Like, ride my bike,
go
home.
Man.
That was the other thing. Parents weren't afraid to talk to other parents.
No.
Like it was something where, you know, you had that conversation, right? You matter of fact, my parents had to know my parents' friends, the parents of my friends, right? They had to. It wasn't a if and or but. They had to know, right? If I'm going over that person's house, they had to know the parent was okay with me coming to their house.
Exactly.
They talked to them. It wasn't let me know. It wasn't like, oh, mom, dad. They said it was okay. It was let me talk to them.
Right.
They knew them all. So they knew that they could call and say, have you seen my son? Is my son over there? Can you please send him home?
Right.
We would get calls. But my house was in the gathering house because I was a Christian home. So my friends didn't want to come and hang out in the Jesus house.
Man.
There was no cussing in the Jesus house.
Right.
Anyway, they felt like we can't talk about girls. We can't cuss. Rupert, we can't come to your house. That's all right.
Man, that's crazy. But you know what I was saying about the street light? Never forget, my mom had locked the door. I remember saying when my cousin's house was down the street, you went to the cousin's house and you stayed down there. And then the next morning, you're making your way back up to the house just as nice and got in trouble then. But at least you were in a place where you were safe.
We're safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Because once that door was locked, that's it, man. You could not get it. Because we didn't have the house key back then. No, that door was locked. It was locked.
Key. Man, I had my window, bruh. You don't know how many times I crawled in and out of my window.
Our brother used to do that, man.
We had a rancher, so I wasn't worried about the second floor. We had a rancher, so when I left the house, I would unlock my window because I knew if I came back late, I didn't want them to know. I was like, "Oh, they sleeping." I remember this is when I was older, right? This is when I was, you know, a teen in my 18, 19. Right. I'm like, "Oh man, I can't let them know I'm coming in late." Sneak into my room, and it was always funny because my mother would always say the next morning, she'd be like, I don't know how you sneak it in, but we gonna catch you.
And look, my brother threw the rocks up at the window. Let me in. hey. And look, in my parents' house, there was always that one step. When you hit it made that. It's like, man, you tried your best to avoid that step because if you hit it, I know you coming in.
I think my parents purposely left the front door a little degreased, so it always had that creak. Always had that creak. You're like, you just open as slow as you can. And you're like, oh my God! I don't know how many times I thought I made it in. I would close the door. Then I would hear, "Junior, is that you?" I was like,
yeah. But see, man, that's the thing about it. We can laugh about that today, but the kids today, or the communities of the day, it's like it seems like they lost that connection. I look at some houses in our neighborhood where you may have maybe like 4 or 5 families maybe living in it. That's their sense of community. You know, they're looking out for one another. But then you got some people, man, it's like you can't even talk to some of your neighbors nowadays, man. You can't do that same thing today. You can't have that relationship with neighbors like you had back then. it's like everybody's like, get out of my business. Yeah, it's like, stay out of my business. I'm gonna be myself. You know, don't talk to me. It's like that sense of atmosphere that's going on now.
Well, you know what? And I don't even know. Okay, so we're into the now community. Okay, so we talk about the past, and folks, we want to hear about some of your best stories about the community, how you were, what happened to you in the community in the past. If you have some more questions, don't matter. But let's talk about the now community, because I think that's where you are right now, right? So the now community is definitely not as collective or not as communal as it was back in the day, right? People kind of, now you do have some small niches where you might have a family, a cul-de-sac or a block where there's a lot of young people with young kids. So their kids go to school together. So a little bit more community there because they play sports. But when it comes to just playing, it's a different story because the kids don't leave the house.
Right.
Kids are on their Xbox. If it's raining, when it was raining outside,
man, we were outside having big fun.
One day, please, I was outside. That was a puddles. Those are things.
That was it. That was a makeshift swimming pool. That puddle, bam.
Tackle. We used to tackle, so tackle was soft because you would hit a mud spot. Yeah. Our parents, my mom would be mad, like, "Yo, you better not come in this house with all that mud." So but today, parents got to worry about mud. No, it's raining outside. Kids like, "Oh, I'm going on my PlayStation or my Xbox or whatever it is." It's just different community. And like you said, right, you might have one or two neighbors that you know, but you don't know your whole block. Like it's rare somebody knows their whole block.
Right.
And when I say no, I mean you can trust to knock on their door and say, "Hey, by the way, can you lend me this tool? I'll bring it right back." Like there's only one neighbor, my direct neighbor to my right is the only person I've ever asked to borrow a tool, and everybody else, and no one's ever come to my house asking to borrow a tool. Like I don't remember.
Or you have that neighbor that will see you doing something, they'll come over and assist you to do what you're working on. I never forget my neighbor, God bless him, he's gone. He moved to Florida. We got another family living over there now. I was digging up a rose bush, and man, I was struggling to get this big, huge rose bush out my front yard. He was standing there looking. Next thing I know, here he comes across the street with this big old tool. Not only did he started doing it himself. I said, okay. I mean, people like that, man, you appreciate, they see you, you talk to them. Of course, when they told me we're moving, I was upset about it. I mean, I used to call him gangster because he was standing on his porch, Asian guy, smoking a cigarette going, I said, look at gangster over there. the way he was smoking a cigarette, man, he was like cartel all the way. That's how he was. I miss that guy, man. It was funny because couldn't understand half the stuff he said because his dialect was so strong. But his wife, you could understand, but him, you really couldn't understand. But again, with that, when people can go out their way to assist you, that's community right there.
Yeah. And you get that rarity because, like, for me, the neighbor to my right, I remember we were in the house, maybe it was the second year we were in the house, the second winter, and it was really bad snow. I'm shoveling. She screams over, "Rupert, come here." As an older lady, her husband passed away. She's retired. I went over there. She's like, "Hey, do you want to use my snow blower?" It's a big old snowblower. I said, "Yes, I love it. I'd love to use it." So I was using it. I brought over, used it. As I was bringing it, she goes, No. You keep it. I don't need to have somebody come to plow my, and it was like a brand new. If it was 2 years old, I'd be shocked. And it was big. So it would have cost at that time probably $1,500, $2,000. I said, "How much do you want for it?" She goes, "Oh, nothing." I'm like, that's crazy. But I said that first of all, I said that's God, and then I said that's crazy. But that was that's rare. That happens now, but it's rare. Where, like you said, in the past, it wouldn't be rare where you saw your buddy shoveling snow, and you're like, "Oh, if he's going to get to play, we got to go help him shovel snow." So we're up there all shoveling snow. You have 4 or 5 kids shoveling snow in the driveway because you want your buddy to be done.
Right.
Or if they were mowing the lawn, you're like, okay, how long? Oh wait, I'll help you. We'll take turns so we can push. We run so that way we get it. We think now lawns weren't done so well because they're running, but
Right.
that's what you did because you wanted your buddy to come. They don't do that anymore. It's now more so of a technological community because you'll reach out to your friend who's in the town via Facebook or FaceTime or Zoom or some video chat because you can do that now. Where in the past you had to write a letter or you had to actually physically go
to
them. Now you don't have to because you can have this interaction. So community has really faded. I feel has faded because parents are more protective of their child, which they should be because we've also found there's some crazy people out there.
Right. Well, you said something earlier when you were talking about church. Back then the church was the focal point of the community.
Oh yeah.
Everyone in that community basically went to that church. Now it seems like you can have your, and you probably can contest to this, you can have this church, but everybody who attends that church don't even live in that community.
We only have maybe 4 or 5 people that live within a mile of our church.
See,
right?
See,
so most people live outside of the radius, driving 10, 15 minutes to get to church, or like you said, back in the day, you normally could walk to church, right? If you were in the suburbs or if you're in urban, you can walk to church. Now you have to drive or take some sort of transportation because you're going someplace far. I mean, you drive what, 30 minutes, 40 minutes? I don't even know how far you drive.
It depends on the day of travel, about 30 or 40 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so it's different. It's different. And it's even more different now because some people don't even leave their house. They don't leave their house at all.
They got what? Online services now.
Yeah.
Why leave the house? I can watch it online in my curlers and my bathrobe.
I don't have to worry about that mother walking down the aisle no more, testing, looking at me like she knew I did something wrong.
Got my oatmeal, my Cheerios, and coffee. I'm okay.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. That's it, preacher. It's different.
But there's and also I think it could be based off of the particular, how should I say, house of faith, because there's a Jewish synagogue not too far from me, and that whole neighborhood is basically Jewish. Where everybody walks to the synagogue.
Well, yeah,
that right there is a different type of, I guess, dynamics.
They're probably aesthetic Jews, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's in the rules, right? Because you can't drive because it's Sabbath, right? So their church has to be. I think they have to have a synagogue every 3 miles because there's a place. I don't know if you remember when you came to Convocation in Jersey. The town was called Lakeside. It's the second largest Hasidic Jewish community in the world outside of Israel. Second largest. Wow. So they literally, so if you were driving there, you would notice like every couple miles they had a synagogue. And that's how I found out the rule, because we were in that city. I was like, why are all these synagogues there? And the pastor church that we were using, he told me. And I was like, oh. But their community now, the Jewish community, especially the Hasidic Jews and the Amish community, they still do it the old way.
Yeah, true.
Right? They're not like us.
That's true.
Now, and you know what? The folks that are from the South, has your community changed too? Because I remember the South was even more tighter when it came to community. And I'm wondering if they're still kind of tight. So if you're watching the show and you're from the South, hit us up. Hit us up. Let us know.
And while you're hitting us up, be sure to hit that button, like and subscribe, and please share. Please put in the comments that you put a thumbs up, that you like what we're talking about tonight, so we can continue to bring you more content like this. We like to have fun when we're talking. We can be serious, but also like to have some fun. So we're going to try to get to some of these comments out here. Again, if by chance your comment is missed, it could be a technical glitch, but we try our best to get every single comment that comes before us. Now, we did have some issues with YouTube one time where comments weren't coming in. We had issues with Facebook one time, comments were coming in. So hopefully tonight, all of your comments will be coming in. All right, let's get them rolling. Well, good evening to you, Taya. Happy belated Mother's Day to you also.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Oh, yes. There you go. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day weekend. Yes.
To my lovely, beautiful wife and the mother of my children, happy Mother's Day. I love you. There you go.
Right. And to my baby's mama, happy Mother's Day to her as well. That's why I kept saying my baby's mama.
Oh, I know you're just gonna have a comment for that one. I know comments.
Yeah, you know. And for those who don't know why she's making this statement, we were talking earlier. Congratulations to Ken and his daughter's graduation. So, the beginning of the show, we were talking about graduation. She said for Mac, his graduation, I heard one parent telling attendants she had 10 people coming to her child's graduation. Now, that's wrong.
10.
And we only could get thing was like 4 tickets for his graduation, but yet they had 10 trying to come in there.
But to what you were saying, right? Back when I graduated high school, there wasn't tickets. We were on an outdoor stadium, and it was like everybody could come. Anybody want to come? We had church people coming to our graduations, church members, because it was just because community, right?
Yeah.
It was a community of people that raised you and wanted to see you graduate.
Right.
So even in my college graduation, I had a certain amount of tickets, but some of my friends didn't have people coming because they lived far away. I asked them for their tickets. I said, "Yo, can I get some of your tickets?" So I had some church folks come. So it's pretty cool.
Well, if you can get the tickets, you're good. But if you can't, then you got people staying outside waiting.
Man.
Crazy. Deacon Howe.
Good evening, sir.
Now, Deacon Howe, you are from down the way. Let us know how the communities down south are, if you can.
Esther says community was family, neighbors, school buddies, and church family. It was a lot of folks. True. I agree with that. Yes.
So, good evening, Ed. It says, good evening, gentlemen. Community was the neighborhood and church family. Yes.
And you see, we see this repetitive church family, right?
Uh-oh. My queen, she came back, says, community was our close neighbors. We had very close neighbors who looked out for us, especially during the summer months while we were home and our parents were working.
Oh, yeah.
That's yes.
Yeah, our neighbors' dogs was our dogs, right? Because we go pet them, especially in the summertime. We're hanging out. Our neighbors' dogs would be loose, and we'd pet them. I had 2 German Shepherds on both sides. A German Shepherd on the left side, German Shepherd on the right side. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right.
So James says, I agree with Elder Mark. Community back in the day was unity. Each home looked out for their neighbors, and I tell you, man. That was key back then.
Now he was down south. So and I'm wondering, because right down south, especially in the Black community, there's already a built-up camaraderie because of the slave times and because of Jim Crow laws and all these things. They had to develop their own community, a tight-knit community automatically. I wonder, Deacon, if you could, or if anybody can, how did it change when communities started to integrate, when there were began to be Black and white communities, or even other countries? How did it change, and how did it change? I would love to know that.
Okay.
Let me see. Keith says, good evening, Keith. I will watch this show on Rewind later. Keep the conversation going.
Okay, Keith, whatever that means, sir.
He means he can't watch it right now, but he just wants to miss it, so he's confident. Okay, thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
We love Keith. We love Keith. Keith
Yes,
keeps us cracking up on Sundays, I tell you.
Ken says, it's gotten bad in the last 2 weeks. I see the kid crossing the street in the rain while looking on his phone. Another riding a bike while staring at his phone. I also saw 2 teenage girls crossing the street, both looking at their phones. This is by design to separate us. Everything for Keith is by design, by the way. I mean, for Ken. I found out everything for Ken is by design. It's the devil's plot.
Right.
It's not just our stupidity. It's the devil's plot. Sometimes everything is like the devil. The devil's not going to mess with you if you're stupid. He doesn't have to. Well, he's not wasting his time on you if you're already good. If you are already sinning, the devil's not going to make it worse. He's just going to let you sin. Mm-hmm. It's when you're not messing up, he's going to try to get in your way. But for that point, I agree that the phone thing is getting, and I find myself sometimes driving and trying to text something. I'm like, what am I doing?
Ooh, whoa. You doing what, sir?
Did I say it live?
Yes, you did. You said you're a texter and driver.
I've seen people driving and texting.
Okay. Oh, not you, but you seen. Okay.
I'm not gonna say yes or no. Let me be JD Vance. Let me be JD Vance. I don't know if you know what you're thinking, but I'm thinking that if I would do it, I would do it the right way. I would do it the right way. Thank you. Okay.
So Anita says our church family was very close, and I remember us having one father in particular who kept the young people engaged in a good, healthy, and fun activities. It was about fellowship. I remember that. I mean, those were the days back then. And right now he's not doing well. We're going to continue to pray for this particular father. I mean, he was one of those guys who kept all the youth together, took the young men camping. He did a lot of stuff in the church. He was one of the deacons of the church in the DC church. And I tell you, man, that guy did a lot. He did a lot. So right now his health is not doing that great. I'm not going to mention his name on the air because they may not want his name mentioned on the air, but we'll continue to pray for him anyway.
Amen. Amen. And that's one of the things I think the church kind of is missing, is that guy who just does it because they want to. It is not something that was be created by the church to engage the youth or to engage a certain demographic. It was just that this is what I want to do. It was the same thing that those mothers that used to invite the girls over and teach them how to cook or teach them how to sew and knit. It's the same guy that you said, took the guys, fishing. Let's go. We're just going to go fishing. I love fishing. I'm going to take you guys teach how to fish. You don't have that much anymore, right? You don't have that person. And I fall into it too, because I love fishing, but I never just said to the young people, come on, guys, let's go fishing. I would have to create a fishing trip, but I was never just like, look, we're going to get in my car this Saturday. We're going to go fishing. It's you don't have that much anymore. Mm-hmm. That I think kind of separates us too, because when you have that, you're almost creating a family within the family.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that is definitely missed.
God bless you, Bishop. Amen, sir. God bless you.
Amen. Amen. I'm not sure what he's saying amen to, but amen anyhow. Amen.
But I like Esther. She says, nowadays, I've been told nobody talks. You text. I'm one who still calls. I'm old fashioned.
But isn't that kind of the truth, right?
It is, man.
I'll text somebody before I call them.
Yeah.
Like, we do it, right? We'll text, hey, what's going to be the show for this week? What are you thinking about? We'll get on the phone, but we already got on the phone, like we're saying, hey, can we get on a phone call? Can we get on a phone call? Now technology has made it great, because we'll say, hey, can you get on the Zoom?
Right.
Can we stay on Zoom after this and talk?
Right.
But texting is like, I literally, it would take me a day to delete all my text messages.
Bruh, you sound the word, man.
And I said to myself, I said, man, this is going to take forever. And you have to clear space on your phone. Photos.
Right. Anita is good at that. She will delete text messages. It's like I need to keep my threads because I need to revert back to them sometimes,
Let me tell you. Let's get you have your phone.
Yes, I do.
Pull up what's your oldest message your phone if you can. My oldest, everybody, I want you to go look at your oldest message, and let's see which one of you have technology burnout.
My oldest message is June 6th of 23.
Oh Jesus.
That's my oldest message.
I'm January 25th of 25. You are, oh my God, you're a year and a half.
And this was from the guy who's installing our windows. In case I need to get back with him one day.
Oh my God.
Woo!
I thought I was bad. You are way bad.
I don't delete them, man. I don't delete them.
Well, people, can anybody beat Mark? What was your date, Mark?
It was June 2nd. Hold on.
June 2nd,
June 6th of 23.
Can anybody beat June 6th of 23? I just want to see if anybody can do it. Anybody's listening to us, if you do it. Oh my God. Wait, I missed one.
Okay. Somebody's trying to cast shade. Go ahead, you can read it because
Holly says, my birthday twin says, and it also depends on who's driving. With dad driving, it may take us 15 minutes to get to church.
Hey, Holly, you can always use Uber. You can always use Lyft. You don't have to ride with me.
Holly saying, we're never late to church. We are never late to church.
Never late to church. That's right. This is true.
We're going to get on time. It may take a half an hour, but if we leave, we're going to get on church on time. It don't matter.
That's right.
Wow.
Convocation, you got it.
Maisie catching. I think she meant Maisie watching.
Good to see you tonight. Glad you're with us.
All right. Here goes something. Oh, comes Deacon James.
All right. He says the South has changed too, especially in the city. You do not know your neighbors. And that's
wow.
Wow. I thought it'd be the other way around. Because seems like we go down south, everybody's always waving.
They're cordial. They don't know you, they're just waving. They're cordial. Right. Oh, Bishop Umunde is on. Now, Bishop he's in Kenya, so maybe it's different in Kenya. Okay. Happy to be part of this today. I am learning. Also happy seeing my own Baba share it together with this great man of God, Brother Mark. Blessed to be here. Okay, so Bishop Umande calls me Baba, which is father in Swahili, if people didn't know. So and I wish it's so funny because he calls Lady Viv Mama. And Lady Viv was like, I'm not, why is he calling me Mama? I'm not that old. Like, come on, you're good. You're good.
God bless you, man. Glad you. Hey, look, that time difference. We're glad you're with us.
Oh yeah, because it's 8 years, so it's actually 4 a.m. there.
Morning, yeah.
So but Bishop, while you're on, tell us how the African community is right now. And I'm not talking about just church. I'm talking about when you're living in your town. Is it like what we were talking about, or is it changed also? That'd be good to know. All right.
Oh, okay. She says, in my church, the older mothers of the church would host birthdays and graduation parties for the youth. I commend her on that. All right, Sister Cook, I commend on that because you don't find that happening nowadays.
No, and I think she said they did.
They did.
Right? In my church, the older mothers of the church would, right? Would host. Okay. So that was, they did it. So that's that right. We don't have, because first of all, there's not a lot of mothers in church anymore, unfortunately, right? Churches have left the mother thing, right. And so that's kind of there. Okay, so this is crazy.
Oh, wow, Holly. My lady said July 20. Whoa, she beat me.
That's almost a year. Holly, I don't know what is going on with your texting. Why do you have that text? Uh-oh. Son's watching.
Hey, Mac. Welcome from New York. All right.
He's watching. Gave a shout out. What? Whoa!
Oh, okay. Oldest sex. All right. I'm not in a class all by myself anymore. Woo!
My goodness. Wait, wasn't it Esther that said she likes to call? Wait, let me go back. Esther, isn't that you? Isn't this you? You said you were old fashioned. Isn't that you, Sister Esther? And you going to come now with this? Really? Oh my goodness. Woo.
Okay, she says I could be Mark in message, but what? Okay, what are you talking about, dating? I can beat Mark in messages, but as the date, I
plead the fifth.
She
said she didn't want to tell her business because she feels shit's really bad. I want to know how bad it is. you see, Esther gave us January 28th.
Right.
So Esther's over 6 years old.
Yes.
Her text. So if you can beat that, you gotta let us know what the date is. Oh my Lord.
This is community. All right. So Deacon came back and says it was an obvious change. The white race moved away from the other race into the gated neighborhood, but the great equalizer has made them more back together with each other.
Made them move back together with each other. Oh, so he must be saying in his community, they moved out, but now because of times, they're coming back in. Right. So tell us if when they moved back though, right, or when they have moved back, do you treat them the same way, right? So on that block, you know what the show I watch actually that talks about this is called, I think it's called The Communities. It's not on anymore, but it was with Cedric the Entertainer, where his white family moved into a black neighborhood, right, and how they were treated. And it's interesting. I would love to know how where you were living because we know how we as black folk were treated when we moved into a white community. How do you treat that white family or an Asian family that moves into your community that was predominantly, black? That'd be cool to figure out.
Wasn't there a movie called, what's it called, Lincoln Heights or something like that with Samuel Jackson? My wife probably can correct me on that. Something where it was a white family moving into a black neighborhood or something, vice versa, something around that line. But when you're talking about, like, well, back in the day, DC used to be called Chocolate City. Not anymore. Because more of the blacks have moved out of DC, and now more of the whites are moving in. So it's kind of like the dynamics have completely shifted.
And we like to call it gentrification, but I don't think that's it. I think it's just that houses become expensive. Woo!
Okay, she says 10-1-19. Okay, drop the mic.
No, we don't, because Sister Coke said April. Then she changed it to February 2017.
Oh my goodness.
Were we texting back then? I didn't say beepers. I said text.
Yeah, did we have text messages back? I'm trying to think, when did I first get my BlackBerry?
I guess we did. Oh, no, we got BlackBerries back in the 2000s, or like the 2000s.
Right. So
even before that, like late 1990s, we got our BlackBerry. So BlackBerry's been around for a long time. But man, 2017? That's crazy. Whoa, okay.
All right, so Esther says, some messages are near and dear to my heart, especially from the people who are now deceased. I hold them as long as I can. And I get it. I
totally get it. And you know what? It used to be letters, though. Right? Back in the day, or it used to be a keepsake, right? Because we were a community, you could say, oh, I remember we used to play ball over there, or yo, man, I still got that item that he gave me on my 21st birthday, or oh man, I got a letter. Like I have a box of letters somewhere from all my friends that wrote me in college. Still, all my high school friends that wrote to me. Now it was interesting because everybody wrote me freshman year. After that, no one writes anymore. But you have those letters. So the text do the same thing. I do keep the text, but man, where is the letters? Letters to me were always just more dear, and we don't write letters.
That's the art of writing has disappeared. I mean, nobody writes anymore. It's text or email. And
Yeah,
even even the email doesn't seem as personal anymore. It's like almost like it's like dictated.
no, and with the email, you lose your email password or something. You lose all those things. So
Mhm.
it's there, and the box of pictures. Who used to have the box of pictures? Just let us know if in a box of pictures.
I
I
still
used to
got
have,
them.
yeah.
I still got them.
You still got some, right?
Yes, sir.
You don't have to. You have your phone. You got 345 pictures.
Which I need to one day have them printed off.
And you say that. I say it every time. I'm gonna get these printed.
Right.
We don't because there is no, like we say, there's no tight community that says I have, because the reason why I want to print it or get it because I want to put it in my photo album.
Right.
And then you would sometimes look through your photo album. Now I just scroll through my phone, the pictures. I'm like, when did I take this picture? Thank God they got dates now. I'm like, oh, this was Christmas. Okay. So it's different, but man. Bishop says it's 3 a.m. here, so now 4:03 a.m. there.
Okay.
The program normally begins at 2:30 here, and I have to be awake by the time and stay to the end so that I can learn along with others. He's
Oh,
so
wow.
nice.
That is nice. Thank you,
He's
sir.
saying learn.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's saying learn.
Oh, Jamie says, we got along pretty well, especially our younger generation. Okay, well, we get along pretty well. Okay.
Okay, so he's saying, so that's interesting. So I thought there'd be some tightness, right, to allowing that person to join into the community.
Right.
Because even though our African American side of us is more receiving, sometimes there's still the animosity, right, of what was done, especially down south. And so I'm surprised they let them in so quickly.
Okay, now she's gonna make our son chime in on this one. It says, Mark, do you remember the message from Mac where he said Fantastic Four, Fantastic Four?
Okay.
I had this little teeny recorder from HP, and Malachi was watching Fantastic Four. I just happened to listen to it and just recorded it real quick. It was the cutest little song. He just kept singing it over. It was about what, maybe three or four, I think about 3 or 4. And to this day, the stupid thing now won't work. I gotta try to get this thing because it was like something like that you cannot depart from, you know.
And you know, this is the other thing that we don't have anymore. And they have these. We don't have storytellers. We don't have a community storyteller. Somebody who can tell you about the community, where it was, where it came from, how it started, what was going on. Like I remember, there's always a parent. Like we had the Spiltors owned a couple houses, their family, but they used to own a lot of land. And it's older. They said that when our town started, it was mainly 3 families. Our family, the Bakers, and I forget who the other family was. And there was somebody who could tell you the story of the town. I don't know if there's anybody who can tell you the story of our town that I live in Lawrenceville. They can tell me how it came about, what's big about it. You don't have that anymore. The storyteller. That's missing in community.
But it's funny you say that because when I go back to where I was born, when I would take my family up there and say, this is where this was. Right now, there's all these big mega homes up there now. Back then, it was all country. This used to be here. This used to be there. It's like that I still remember in my head. So I would relay that to them. And though they didn't live there, I can go back and show them exactly how things were back in the day. Everything's changed, man.
Yeah, I mean, I do this. I could do this. I remember going through my town that I grew up in. I could tell my kids that wasn't there. That wasn't there. No, that definitely wasn't there. But I'm just talking about just those folks that their families. Like they'd never moved. Like there's some piece of their family that's been in that town forever. And they used to tell you like the origins of the town, like back, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago, because their families grew up in that town. And there's, but nowadays people are so transient, moving places, especially the younger generation, there is no grounding. Like I know a family that there's 4 houses on their property. The first house is all in Kennel Park. The first house was built when one of their kids got older and started their own family. They built the house on the property. And they built another house. So, and then the families always just kept the houses. So the next time they might move into the first, so literally they had generations on their property. And I think that was more prevalent back in the day, especially down south. But up here, I can't tell you if I've met a family where their kids and them live on the same block or in the same town.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know if you know any, but I don't know any.
I don't know any.
Oh, wait, I missed one.
Oh, you skipped one. Please don't skip any comments.
No. I saw it quickly. I jumped to it. Yes. I'm not going to get it. I don't want to get it. Esther says, we as Christians have a loving, welcoming, warm spirit. So it's important to make the first-time visitors feel comfortable. Yeah, in towns we normally do. But
well, let me ask that question. When someone moves into your neighborhood, do you take the initiative to walk over and bring them like a welcoming gift or something like that?
I don't even know if they move into our neighborhood. As a kid, I knew when people moved in, but now I don't.
It's funny. So, well, we've been living here for 20 years, and Anita can contest to this. Our neighbor across the street says, I'm going to bake you all some cookies. We never saw them cookies. Never saw those cookies. Never saw them, man.
There's still time. There's still time. There's still time.
Well, they moved. They're so longer there. Excuse me. Woo.
So when I moved into the Sister Coke says, when I moved into the community 50 years ago, my neighbors were Hawaiian, white, Italian, Portuguese, Greek.
Wow, Greek.
Blacks were few. I thought it was the norm. My friends of different races. Now I am the community storyteller. I wish I took pictures of them then and now. Yeah, so she's a community. So she's the story. She knows what I'm talking about with the community storyteller, right? The people that used to live there, who used to own that shop, who used to, how the path was trailed and all those kind of things. All right.
So that says, what happened to community? Let it begin with me.
We can start all over. What she's saying is we can start it, right? We can start a new community. But you know what? I don't even know if we can, because people are so private now.
Yep.
People are so private. Last one before we have to bust out.
Skip that one.
22 years. Not 20, 22 years.
Skip that one.
Still no cookies.
Hey, this was a good show tonight. I mean, we've enjoyed all your comments, and this has been enlightening. I mean, Esther said it there. It starts with us. And we can continue to keep that legacy going within our communities. It will be a great thing.
Amen. Amen. So we look forward to having you come. Remember, it's 7:30 every Monday, same time, same bad channel. We want you. Hey, Simon, we miss you, buddy. Come on back next week. We got a seat for you right beside Mark. All right, everybody. We got 2 words before we get out of here. We want to just say to you, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
All
Good
right.
night, everyone.